course, Derek had a complete game against the Angels not too long ago, where he needed only 93 pitches to get through. Tonight on a 95 degrees summer evening, taking on a Minnesota team that hit him around a little bit last time he faced him. That was the shortest start of Derek Holland's young career, 4 innings. And I think because of the pitch count tag, he had 90 pitches through those 4 innings.
Yeah, and chances are the Twins will see a little different pitcher right now than they saw back then. When you're young and as talented as Derek and things start to click into place for you, improvement can come rapidly and be pretty dramatic.
That's the goal. A month later, you want these Minnesota players kind of talking to themselves going, this isn't the same guy that we faced 4 weeks ago.
Pretty good pitch.
Jerry Meals, a home plate umpire tonight. And Span blasting one into the crowd. Here's Mr. Meals. The Rangers set to hit the road when this one is done, going to Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay has already got an early lead on Baltimore tonight, and the Rays have designs on being in that wild card race themselves. We mentioned the Rangers are a game behind Boston right now. The Tampa Bay only 2 behind the Rangers.
Span, like a number of the Twins' left-hand hitters, pretty much all except Jason Kubel, very good against left-handed pitching. 328 hitter against lefties. Overall, he's a 300 hitter, so he's hit higher against lefties than he has righties, and that's the same with Justin Morneau, who's not in the lineup tonight. And Joe Mauer, left-hand hitter, is about a 300 hitter against lefties as well. Span's doing a nice job of prolonging this at bat by fouling off pitches.
Yep, Cabrera on deck from the on deck circle is going to watch at least 8 pitches. There's kind of a warm up back to his AB.
There's so many left-hand hitters with a big differential against left-handed pitching, and eventually, if they don't improve, managers end up platooning them. But when you've got guys like Mauer and Morneau and Span who hit lefties so well, you don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about batting them back to back to back in the lineup if you want to, because there's no advantage to bringing in a left-handed reliever.
Denard Span has improved quite a bit in many areas. His ability to hit left-handers is certainly on the list. Wow, close, but no.
Boy, if that's not a strike, that is some kind of good eye at the plate right there. Yep, a little bit outside. Good pitch, though. Tough pitch to take. Many left-hand hitters would swing at that ball.
There we go. Took 10 pitches. Span is out. Behind Mr. Holland tonight, besides Ian Kinsler, Bird, Hamilton, and Cruz roam the outfield. Michael Young so solid at third. Andrus, of course, has shored things up at short. Taylor Teagarden, after hanging with Pudge Rodriguez yesterday, steps back in front of Pudge, and that's going to be kind of the MO for a little while here. Pudge is told he'll catch once or twice a week. Taylor Teagarden essentially is the starting catcher. And Jared Saltalamacchia hopes to be available to the Rangers as soon as possible, but sounds like nobody's going to hurry that along. Got to make sure that Saltalamacchia recovers at his own paces. Welcome back, Nelson Cruz. Orlando Cabrera's out, and that took a lot less time than the Denard Span at bat.
Yeah, you know, if all Span was going to do is ground out to second, he should have just done it on the first pitch instead of waiting that long.
Boy, now you got to love this matchup. It's Holland against Joe Mauer. And Mauer, a .383 batting average. You go back to George Brett when he made his run at a .400 season. Actually, Mauer now at .380 with his 0 for yesterday. But George Brett on this date in 1980 was hitting .404. And that's the last time there was that kind of buzz in the American League about that possibility. Maybe John Olerud when he put a little run together in 1993. And it's been the power of Mauer that has been most impressive this year. Last season, 9 home runs. This year, he's got 25, having missed all of April. Good breaking ball to Mauer.
Derek has utilized the curveball this year. In a couple of his really good starts, he didn't need his curveball. He's throwing fastball, changeups, and sliders. Breaking out that curveball from Mauer right here.
.94-mile-an-hour heat, but it fades outside. Well, even though Mauer had the 15-game hitting streak stopped yesterday, he is 33 for his last 66. Bouncing it up the middle. 34 for his last 67. It was calculated that if Mauer ends up with a 500 at bat season, and it looks like he will do that, he'll need to hit essentially 444 the rest of the way to be a 400 hitter. And catchers are supposed to wear down as the season goes along, so it's not probable, but the fact that it's possible, the fact that we're talking about it, is pretty incredible.
Well, it'd be pretty incredible to hit 440 for 6 weeks after hitting 500 for the last 2 weeks.
Michael Kadire, a modest 6-game hitting streak. Now, he's settled into that cleanup spot with Kubel out tonight. And of course, Justin Morneau not even here tonight. Sky high fly ball. It's pointed out to Nelly Cruz. He finds it, and that's the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. And the exciting Julio Bourbon will be at the plate when we come back. There is no score. Four batting average to the plate in just a moment. The Rangers at 67 up and 52 down for the year. 1 game back in the wild card pursuit. And the Southwest Airlines batting order after Bourbon, it's Young and Hamilton. Then Bird, Kinsler, and the returning Nelson Cruz. BLALOCK, Teagarden, and Andrus the rest of the way. And it's the Rangers' first look at 23-year-old Anthony Swarzak, right-hander. We'll scout him out, brought to you by the Dallas County Community College District.
He's off to a big league start of 3-6 with a 5.87 ERA. His first 4 starts went pretty well. 3-3 with a 3.74 ERA. His first big league start was 7 shutout innings. His last 3 starts, however, not quite so good. One of those starts, he only pitched 1 inning, but he's 0-3 with an ERA of 18, 16 runs in 8 innings. Given up 25 hits and 16 runs in his last 8 innings and 4 home runs.
Yep, that's gotten them only through 3 starts, 8 innings. Minnesota's bullpen, which obviously might be put to use again tonight if that's going to continue, done a real nice job in this series. And we're going to laud the Twins for their ability to come back against the Rangers, and they've done that back-to-back nights. I think part of that, Tag, is the fact that the Minnesota pitching has kept the Rangers down over the final innings themselves. Slashed towards the left field line. Dropping foul.
Swarzak has been one of the Twins' top 10 prospects each of the last 5 years. He was a second-round draft choice back in 2004. A high school pitcher from Florida. This year, before he got to the big leagues, he was pitching well in AAA at a 2.25 ERA. He's had over 600 minor league innings, so even though he was a young high school pitcher when he signed, he's paid his dues and had a lot of innings in the minor leagues.
Bourbon jumps away from it. Trying to find a way to get on base here so he can utilize that speed. Ron Washington echoing one of the great quotes of all time, telling the reporters yesterday, speed doesn't go into a slump. That's why he likes the idea of Bourbon in his lineup. That's a very to-the-point, very accurate Geico quote. The havoc causer. Pop towards center. And moving towards left field is Gomez. He'll be flanked by Delmon Young and DENARD Span out there with Carlos Gomez. An athletic outfield. You've got Creedy, Cabrera, Punto, and Kadire. As the Minnesota infield, Swarzak working with Mike Redmond. Michael Young has hit safely in each of his last 21 games here at this ballpark. Second time in his career that he's done that. And Pudge Rodriguez is the only Ranger ever to have a longer such streak. He hit safely in 23 in a row back in 1995. Pudge with a 3-hit game yesterday. Ivan Rodriguez has the most of those in Ranger history. Michael Young is second. And there you see it, a .380 batting average his last 21 games at home. On the ground is short. Josh Hamilton comes up next. Josh had a hitting streak stopped yesterday, but boy, he's been so effective here in August. Not so much in July. He was hitting about 200 in July. He was hit closer to 400 in August. And he's settled back comfortably, I think, Tom, into that number 3 spot in the batting order now, too.
Well, he kind of hit his way back into that spot. He was batting lower in the order. And Ron was very pleased with the way he was swinging the bat. And the lineup sets up a lot better with Josh hitting well and batting third.
Well, the Rangers grabbed that 4-0 lead yesterday. They'd had a 5-0 lead the day before. But both games ended up with an L. Hamilton to left field, foul. There were a couple of real good relief performances in the game yesterday from left-hand pitchers, Tom. You had C.J. Wilson for the Rangers, clocking in with 2 shutout innings. But how about Jose Mijares of Minnesota? He went 2 2/3 of shutout ball.
And Mijares is having a nice year. We talked about him last night. especially tough on left-handers. Left-handers hitting 114 against him.
Hamilton trying left field again. Delmon Young going back, and he's got it. Rangers down in order. Derek Holland back to work. There is no score.
Safety Net Foundation on hand tonight, and along with Dalen Goff. Dalen, tell us about this foundation, great organization that helps out mothers, as single mothers, as well as their children.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Founded in 2004 by Roy Williams, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys, now with the Bengals, but his heart and his foundation is still here in Dallas, Texas, and we've been around helping single mothers and their children out since 2004. It's a great organization. We've done some real good work here in this community.
All right, you see the information on the screen for those who want to help out. Go ahead and give them a call or check out the website, and a lot of the kids and their mothers on hand tonight. You guys having a good time right now, huh? Yeah, they're going to have a good time tonight. Only when the Rangers win. But, have a good time. Appreciate it. Thanks, Josh.
All right, welcome everybody. Thank you very much, Jim. Joe Creedy, the batter. In the air to right, and Nelly Cruz is a busy customer so far tonight. Third put out for him already.
All lazy semi-line drive pop-ups. Span had a weak ground ball to second. Mauer had a chopper up the middle. With a lot of contact, but pretty weak contact so far against Derek.
Derek Holland collecting wins and collecting nicknames as the season has gone along. Both Boy Wonder and Wonder Boy have been in play. Dutch has been in play. With Holland and all.
Yeah, I get it.
Should ask Bert Blyleven about that in the booth next door. He's from Holland. The Netherlands, actually. That's Holland. And true to Derek's nature, he doesn't really seem to care what you call him. Bert's been called a lot of things himself in his day.
I still call Bert Birdman for that famous gesture he tossed at the TV cameras in the dugout that day when he claims he was just trying to say the Twins were #1.
Got to be the best ever Dutch pitcher, right? I mean, he only lived there for about a year and a half. But
as far as I know, he is.
Better than Win Remmerswall?
A little bit.
Delmon Young down on strikes, 2 away.
Young saw a couple of good off-speed pitches in that at bat. This is the one that struck him out. That looked like a slider down, way out in front of it.
Well, remember, DENARD Span worked over Holland for 10 pitches at first at bat. But it's been an average of 3.5 pitches per batter since then.
And that was more Span than Derek, because Derek was throwing a lot of strikes.
Yeah,
with a lot of different kind of pitches. So it wasn't like Derek was struggling. It was just Span tossed up a really good at bat at him.
Well, here's a useful player for Minnesota, Mike Redmond. Barely missing down the first baseline. Redmond, a career .330 hitter against lefties coming into 2009. So it's a good complementary player for Joe Mauer. They can move Mauer to DH, which they have done tonight. Boy, Holland changing speeds very well.
That was a changeup. And that's really what I think has turned Derek around the last 4 starts. Starting in Anaheim has been the command of his fastball and utilizing his off-speed pitches so effectively. Seen his curveball, his changeup, and his slider. All those pitches working effectively, throwing them around the strike zone, getting the batter to swing, just makes his fastball look even better. And really pitching now.
Missing in, apparently. Got to earn your strikes tonight.
That was a good pitch. Just what he was trying to do with it. Fastball in, but it was a little bit too far in.
That one got him. Wonder Boy, Boy Wonder, Dutch, Derek with 2 strikeouts in the inning, and there is still no score. Get tickets on StubHub, official fan-to-fan marketplace of the Rangers. StubHub's lineup of services makes it easy to score great seats to any game. Go to TexasRangers.com and choose StubHub from the tickets menu. Derek Holland so far has allowed just a base hit to Joe Mauer. There's no shame in that. Anthony Swarzak had a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. Now here's Marlon Byrd in the bottom of the second. Rangers getting set to play 15 of their next 19 out on the road. Marlon Byrd jumps on one, drives it right down the line. It is a fair ball. A home run for Marlon Byrd.
Marlon took advantage of a curveball that stayed up. Put a real quick swing on him, a last-minute swing. Kept it just fair inside the foul pole. Home run number 13 for Marlon. High curveball. Swarzak now has given up 5 home runs in his last 9 innings.
He's facing the wrong team. The Rangers are second in the majors in home runs. Boy, if only the one that Andruw Jones hit late last night had stayed fair like that.
Andruw came in to pinch hit against the left-hander and then almost took Joe Nathan deep to tie the game in the 9th inning.
Kinsler following up, hammering this one up near the pole. It is going to be foul.
Another curveball. Swarzak better be careful with that curveball.
Well, Bird having just homered, and now you got Kinsler with 26 home runs, Cruz with 25, and BLALOCK with 23 coming up.
Swarzak put his head down when he saw Ian make contact and then was kind of relieved when he saw that ball go foul.
Not a bad course of action right there, staying down and away with a fastball. Yeah, the ball hit by Andruw Jones last night probably ended up a good 10 or 12 feet foul. There was a momentary buzz in the ballpark when Andruw stepped into that one, but the Rangers came up short 5-4. Kevin Millwood pitched well for 4 innings, and then it just kind of fell apart in the 5th and the 6th.
A little bit of experience in that conversation.
Yeah, no doubt. 2-2 the count to Kinsler.
Pudge, Omar, Andruw, and Esteban. Esteban getting to soak up some of that experience.
Well, that's the thing with Esteban Herman sitting there in the middle of all that. He is surrounded by, let's see, how many Gold Gloves? 11 plus 13 plus 11, 10, 34 Gold Gloves. With Kinsler retired, Nelly Cruz coming up and coming back. His first at bat since August the 3rd right now. And essentially the Rangers have weathered the storm without him.
Yep, they have. They played well in his absence, but for them to play well the next 6 weeks, they need him back in the lineup. Both Nelly and Ian need to be in the lineup. Ian's come back swinging the bat well. Hopefully Nelly will too.
On the ground is short for Cabrera. Yeah, that Rajay Davis triple into the right field corner in Oakland that won a ball game for the A's is what knocked Nelly out for a couple of weeks. BLALOCK will come up next. Rangers on top 1-0. Grabbing the lead has not been the issue, as we've mentioned the last few nights. The holding on has been the problem. BLALOCK rams it in right. Be great to get Hank hot again heading off on the road trip. Batting average had sunk into the 230s. Got a pitch down the middle and he turned on it. Now the Rangers, by the way, watched the Angels win their game yesterday. The Rangers find themselves 6.5 back now in the AL West. Tonight the Angels and Indians tied 1-1. That's in the 5th. LA has won 5 straight. And boy, what a great team they've been on the road, Tom. 37-23. That is best in the American League.
Yeah, they've gone something like 44-16, some ridiculous record. It really hasn't been at all that the Rangers haven't played well. It's just been the Angels have played so well that it's impossible. Has it been impossible to keep up with them?
The Angels, yeah, started the year 29-29. Teagarden fouls it. Now, the Rangers obviously playing at a very good clip themselves. They've won 19 out of 30. And you'd think if you go 19-11, you're gaining ground on somebody, but that just hadn't been the case. Boston's played well too. Boston by 1 game for the wild card. Tampa Bay 3 back. Seattle 6 away. Tapper to first. And Swarzak is out of the inning, but he allowed the home run to Marlon Byrd. That's what gave the Rangers a lead, 1-0 at the end of 2. By Geico Insurance, where 15 minutes can save you 15% on car insurance. And by AT&T, switch to the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Derek Holland right at Carlos Gomez, who's bunting and fouling it. The Rangers leading 1-0 on a Marlon Byrd home run. Boston's got a 6-1 lead on Toronto tonight. And remember when Boston was in town, Tom, we were talking about how they were resting J.D. Drew. Turns out that's a good decision. He's got 2 home runs tonight. And it's 6-1 Boston in the 5th. Gomez cranks it to right. Another chance for Nelly Cruz. He's got it again. So 4 putouts for Nelson Cruz. And a couple of strikeouts. And a 1 grounder from DENARD span that found Ian Kinsler's glove. Now Nick Punto, and he's showing bunts and eyeballing a strike. Two in a row. And Punto 7 out of 16 against the Rangers this year. He is a 199 hitter against everybody else. Has to suck in his stomach to get away from that. 94 miles an hour from Holland. We've talked about this before with Derek Holland, but that just get it and go mentality. The fielders appreciate it. The hitters probably don't. You'll see them step out every once in a while, just kind of slow Derek down.
But when I see a pitcher that's pitching quickly like that, throwing strikes, it just tells you that he's got a plan before he goes out there. He and the catcher have gone over the hitters. He knows how he wants to pitch them. The catcher knows how he wants to pitch them. And everything flows. And you don't have to take a lot of time thinking about what you want to do. You already know before you go out there. And it helps when you're throwing strikes, throwing the ball well. You've got a good feeling. Pitchers know that the fielders like it when they pitch quickly, so they're, for the most part, trying to do that.
Lunging at the ball, Punto. He's going to hit it in the air towards left, and Marlon Byrd has got it.
That was a good slider right there. Punto saw some good fastballs. Fought up there, saw 5 or 6 pitches, but finally was out in front and popped up a slider.
One thing I know Ron Washington is a fan of, and I've heard Tim McCarver say this before too, when the catcher puts down the sign, it's kind of a subtle thing, but you put down that sign with some authority, and that psychologically kind of helps the pitcher think, right, we got this. Good plan. I'm confident this is the right call. I've heard McCarver say you put down a sign tentatively, you might get a tentative pitch that comes your way. That one scrapes the corner. 1-1. Span with a smash into right center field. He is once again a 300 hitter. One of the quieter 300 hitters in baseball.
Well, we've seen him now for 4 games, and he's a good hitter. He's got a short swing, does nothing to start the bat, hits from a dead still position, but he's got a short swing, a quick bat. He doesn't swing at bad pitches, and he makes good contact. I mean, he's here to stay. This guy's going to be a good player. He is a good player right now. And on base percentage around 380 or 390.
Now ball getting away, and BLALOCK has to go run it down. So the tying man scoots over to second base. The error charge to Holland. Cabrera brought in from the Oakland A's. He was part of that big pile of veterans that the A's signed heading into the season, figuring that might help reverse their fortunes. Nomar Garcia-Parra, I think the other guy that they were looking at, but he couldn't stay healthy.
Well, one thing is, if you sign a couple of veteran players like that, if they're good veteran players like Holiday and they're playing well, and it doesn't work out where you're a contender, you can turn them into some young players.
Byrd in pursuit, diving. Marlon Byrd made the catch.
That may be his best one ever right there, as far as how far he had to dive and how close the ball was to the ground when he caught it. That was an amazing catch.
What a route he took to get there. Bad knees, no problem.
Look at that.
What a play. Horizontal.
Wow.
Coca-Cola total family ticket plan. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 Cokes, a parking pass, and unlimited play in the sports park for kids 13 and under, all for as little as $15 a person. TexasRangers.com, where to go to take advantage of that, or you can call 972-RANGERS. Well, it has been a big first couple innings for Marlon Byrd. His home run has accounted for the 1 run in the game, and he made a catch in left field that might have saved the 1-0 score.
Yeah, I think it definitely would have. Who knows what would have happened after that? You got Mauer coming up next.
With an all-out dive, Orlando Cabrera robbed by Marlon Byrd. And now Andrus taking one down the line towards that wedge, and on the run, DENARD Span will spear it out of the air. I believe our friend Norm Hitzkes is in the wedge tonight, hoping for a ball to be hit in that little triangle.
Norm was at the game last night too.
Thought I heard Norm.
He is there.
Yeah, I think. What, you can tell from here?
Got binoculars. He's got a red shirt on, sitting right in the middle of it.
Span body checks himself into the wall.
There's Norm.
It was a red shirt that gave him away. Bourbon takes high. A 4 stolen base game and a 3 stolen base game for Julio on this homestand. And you might have heard the stat. He's the fastest player ever in big league history to have a couple of 3 or more steal games. That is the guy to get that done the quickest. Now he's going to zip one down the line. He's got some pop too. These kids can play. Home run, Bourbon. His first in the big leagues.
That wasn't a cheap one either. That went about 5 or 6 rows back to right field. And it was on the minute he made contact with it. I heard John Daniels talking about him, and he likened him to a young Carl Crawford, and that's a pretty good analogy when you look at Carl Crawford when he first got to the big leagues as a young player. They both have excellent speed. Both have enough power to hit 7 or 8 home runs early in their careers. Who knows what happens later on in their careers. A fastball on the inside part of the plate. He got a good piece of it.
He had 7 home runs in the minors last year. And as he continues to kind of grow into his body a little bit, remember he's only 23. Yeah, a 10 to 12 home run a year guy is probably what Bourbon can be. As John Daniels was saying, he's certainly not going to be a Juan Pierre guy. Just, slap the ball and run, and that's it.
Right. Yep, with that one swing of the bat, you can tell that.
Now Michael Young to the hole at short. A leap and a throw. Michael Young is safe.
That's the second time in this series Cabrera's made a beautiful play, and both times the runner has barely beat it. He's a good, solid player. Good, solid defensive player. Very steady. And he's got some pretty good range, and you'll see it right here.
Like Derek Jeter 2.0 right there.
Yep.
Now Hamilton. Whoa, look out. The bat ends up 20 rows back.
He was fooled by a changeup. Good pitch by Swarzak.
And now this poor lady's being advised by all these different people.
Keep it.
Give it back, keep it, keep it, give it back.
Josh has got plenty of bats. Don't let anyone talk you out of that. That's a great souvenir. It's not a broken bat. That bat's in good shape. Thank goodness no one was hurt by it.
Softly in a left center field, Gomez will call it and catch it. That's a real game-used Josh Hamilton bat. Now Marlon Byrd to the plate, and again Marlon with the bat and the glove has been very impressive tonight. That headlong dive that he made to Rob Cabrera in the top of the inning. One of the better diving catches we've seen.
As far as just sheer how far you dive and how close it came to hitting the ground, you can't dive farther and rob a guy more than he did on that ball. There might be some tougher plays.
Now he drills it towards center. Have a night, Marlon Byrd. Home run!
Marlon's hit 10 home runs in each of the last 2 years. He's got 14 now. There's no doubt about that. Line shot dead center field. And the Rangers, for the 4th straight time in this series, have jumped out to a lead.
Boy, and you talk about leading by example, too. Marlon Byrd in the cleanup spot and takes it all very personally when that sky is falling mentality seems to creep in. Because he knows, he's very confident that this team is going to do some special things in October. Didn't want anybody to panic, didn't want anybody to lose faith. And tonight, a tremendous diving catch and a pair of home runs.
We talked about Anthony Swarzak in his last 3 starts. He'd given up 4 home runs. He's given up 3 tonight against the Rangers.
Yeah, it's just a toxic mix. Home run hitting team with a little something to prove tonight against a guy that has been coughing him up. Kinsler jerks one foul down the left field line. A rocket to third. Creedy got it before it hit the ground. Well, Julio Bourbon went first. His first big league home run, and that was a thrill. And then Marlon Byrd found the hill. It is 4-0 Texas. Tonight, can you name the only 2 American League catchers to have a 30-plus home run season in this decade? Joe Mauer's heading there himself, and he's batting against Eric Holland. Top of the fourth about to begin, and well, achieving the early lead has not been the issue against Minnesota. It's been the holding on to the lead late. A lot of baseball left tonight, but another great start for the Rangers. Bird and Bourbon have been the big bats. And Derek Holland has supplied the live young arm. No runs on 2 hits so far for Minnesota. One of those hits, no big surprise, off the bat of Joe Mauer. Rangers will see the Twins again in just about a week. Their last ever visit to the Metrodome. Mauer tags one left center field, and this time it's going to be Josh Hamilton.
Wow.
Everybody's in on it tonight.
You don't think the team's defense is getting the job done this year?
Back-to-back Gold Star plays in the outfield. It was Bird to close the third, Hamilton to open the fourth.
The ball slicing away from him, and Josh does his thing out there.
Pitching, defense, and power all on display early tonight.
Game after game, play after play that the Rangers make this year that they weren't making last year. Although the outfield played pretty much the same way last year, they're playing this year. It's been in the infield where the big improvement's been. Infield and catching.
Yep.
A lot of improvement defensively in the catching.
Well, the Rangers have gone from last in the league in fielding percentage to 8th right now. That has certainly helped the pitching go from dead last to 4th.
Elvis has had a big part of it, and Jared, before he got hurt, had shown such dramatic improvement behind the plate. Taylor's solid back there. And really, when you look around at the ball club, there's no weak spots defensively. Everybody can play. What a difference it's made.
Holland strikes out Kadire. We go to Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Josh. Here he is, the great Norm Hitchkiss of 1310. The ticket, along with his sidekick, Mike Bassick, on hand tonight, checking out the action. Now, this is the night that the wedgie pays off if a home run's hit here, right, Norm?
If a home run's hit in here by either team, everybody with a free ticket here from AT&T, the Rangers, and the ticket, everybody in here gets $100 if either team hits a home run into the wedge.
Does that include Mike Bassitt over here?
No. Mike is not eligible for this award. Mike's lucky to get any money from the ticket to begin with.
Julio Bourbon's home run came close.
Uncomfortably close. He has just enough power to reach areas like this. We don't have to worry about Hamilton. Hamilton's ball's still 8 stories up when it passes over the wedge. Bourbon's the threat to hit one in here.
All right, does it include me if I stay here the rest of the game?
Do you have a ticket to the game, Jim? You snuck in then?
Yes.
You're not going to get any money, Jim.
I'm leaving then. Okay, Norm, good to see you. Good to see you, Mike.
Josh.
All right, get ready for the post-game show, right? Okay. Looking good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Josh?
Welcome, Norm. Welcome, Mike Bassick, back to the ballpark. That ball rammed in the left. Here comes Marlin again. Didn't have to dive this time, but the night has belonged to Marlin Bird so far. 4-0 Texas Rangers over the Minnesota Twins. catchers to have a 30 home run season in this decade during the aughts. Jorge Posada and, wow, Charles Johnson. It's 1 year that he spent in the American League.
I interviewed Charles Johnson one time at the Ranger luncheon.
He has spoken so highly of that.
I bet he almost remembers that. He was very well spoken, I can say that for him. He had great answers.
He was a good defensive catcher. Now the Rangers with Pudge Rodriguez back in the fold. Taylor Teagarden starting tonight. Jared Saltalamacchia on the DL. The Rangers love their catchers. Pretty high on their pitchers, too. Derek Holland is dazzling tonight. Nelson Cruz down on strikes. Hank BLALOCK coming up. Who's under that towel? That be Derek Holland?
I would say so. First strikeout for Swarzak. Hasn't walked anybody either, but he has given up 3 home runs.
Kevin Harmon supplying the ice-cold towel. There's some quality H2O on that towel.
Speaking of good and speaking of quality, how about that barbecue feast we were presented tonight in the booth?
I don't know what we keep doing to deserve all this food.
I don't know
other
either,
than beg for it. But
that's the second time that we were so lucky to receive a barbecue dinner from MR Pigs Cafe and Catering.
Which is where again? Because we got to make a road trip.
We have to make sure that anyone that lives near Idabel, Oklahoma.
Idabel, that's right.
If you're anywhere in the vicinity, you need to go try MR Pigs Cafe. Melody Nickel, the owner, supplied us with some great food. They're here at the game, watch a lot of games. In fact, they have a wall with Ranger pictures. And one thing she said was, at their cafe, the day after a Ranger win, drinks cost whatever the score of the game is. For instance, if the Rangers win 4-1, drinks are 41 cents.
Nice.
The lower the score, the cheaper the drinks.
A bobble in right field. BLALOCK taking off for second base. Well, I hope you all enjoy your 90-cent drinks tomorrow in Idabel. Right now, 4-0 Rangers, and BLALOCK taking advantage of that momentary muff out there by Span, advancing from first to second. Probably going to be a hit and an error.
Yeah, I would think so, because Hank, I think, was ready to stop at first until he saw the bobble.
Teagarden bounced out to first in the second. And behind here 0-1. There's some good news from Cleveland. The Indians just put up 5 in the bottom of the 6th. And the Angels are trailing now 6-1. Kind of the opposite story, though, with Boston. They're leading in Toronto 7-1 tonight. J.D. Drew a pair of home runs, and Victor Martinez has gone deep, too. Baltimore has rallied in Tampa Bay. Thank you very much, Baltimore. Orioles 5, Rays 4 in the 6th. Although the Dallas Baptist product, Ben Zobrist, another home run for the Rays, number 21. Tigers beat the Mariners today 7-6. Home runs were flying around Detroit today. There were 6 home runs hitting that game. Brandon Inge, number 24 for the Tigers. Russ Brandon, number 28 for Seattle. Tigers had to rally to win it. 2 in the bottom of the 9th. Minnesota's trying to stay in that race in the Central. 5.5 behind the Tigers coming in today. So now 6 back. And the White Sox just a couple games out, too. Tell you the races that have totally changed around. Over in the National League, it wasn't too long ago we were saying, boy, it's anybody's race in the NL Central. There were 4 teams packed together like sardines. And now it's St. Louis by 6 over Chicago. The other 2 teams.
No one else is close.
No, Houston and Milwaukee are each 10 back. They were bumper to bumper just a month ago. Teagarden down on strikes. Check the Jack in the Box standings in the NL Central. And the other division where suddenly it is a race, and it wasn't all year, that's the NL West. Dodgers.
Colorado.
I know, the Dodgers are only up 3 in the loss column on Colorado.
I didn't realize Colorado had snuck so close. What a difference a change in a manager can make, I guess.
The Rockies lead tonight in Washington 2-1 after 7.
When they dropped Clint Hurdle, they didn't look like a contender at all, but Jim Tracy's made a huge difference in that ball club, evidently.
Yeah, and Jim Riggleman's done a nice job in Washington.
Yep.
Strike to Elvis Andrus. Yep, right on the corner.
A couple of quality pitches. Counts 1-1.
Went for the corner again. Elvis with an eye roll right there. Thought it was off the plate.
Well, he might have gotten a break on one of the other pitches. That one might have been a little bit outside. First 2, though, technically were strikes. None of them really good pitches to hit, though.
Went for the corner again and got it. Rangers strand a man. But they are leading at the end of 4. Derek Holland working on a 2-hitter. Gets on by Corona, official sponsor of the timeout, and by the Ford F-150. It's not just a pickup truck, it's a Ford F-150. The last time Derek Holland faced the Minnesota Twins just a month ago, he lasted 4 innings and that was it. He threw 90 pitches and was gone. He has thrown 59 pitches, not 90, to get through it tonight. Delmon Young blasting off left field, high and gone. So the 60th pitch tonight, that ends up as a home run for Delmon Young to bust up the shutout. It's now 4-1.
He waited on an off-speed pitch after he'd struck out on an off-speed pitch the first time up. That one not where Derek intended it to be, a little bit higher than he wanted it, I think.
Now the veteran catcher Mike Redmond. Now, Delmon Young had a pretty strong series.
Delmon Young, when we were in Minnesota, Delmon Young was on the bench. He really wasn't playing that much. But they made a big trade for him a couple of years ago, traded Matt Garza to Tampa Bay for him. So they're counting on him to be a big part of their offense. Still very young, got to the big leagues when he was only 21.
The Rangers will see Matt Garza Saturday night in Tampa Bay. Redmond, who backed up Pudge Rodriguez when the Florida Marlins won it all in 2003. Now backing up Joe Mauer in Minnesota. On the ground, third base. And obviously that's the idea. After Delmon Young hits the first pitch of the inning for a home run, you do not want the Twins to think that they can do what they've done the last couple nights, to start coming on back and doing what they want to in the middle innings. I guess the corollary to that, the Rangers offensively need to prove that they can do a little hitting after the third or fourth inning themselves.
They call those the add-on runs, and that's what the Rangers haven't been able to do the last couple of nights, is add on to their lead. They had some chances last night, second and third, nobody out, first and third, one out. Couldn't get a run in though.
Yep, and as it turned out, with Minnesota coming all the way back, a 5-4 final. Just one of those innings to have a little breakthrough would have been really helpful. Popped near the crowd. Kinsler going over. Out of room. Whoa! Fan took a tumble. And is being loved for his effort.
I think he made the play.
That ball cracked into center field. And Gomez a threat to run now that he is on. Nick Punto coming up next. So Minnesota's 2 for 3 here in the fifth inning. They had only 2 hits total the first 4 innings. The throw to first. Remember, Holland threw one away earlier when DENARD Span was running. That's the only Ranger error tonight. Caught by BLALOCK, double play.
The Rangers have been positioned well for some of the Twins' line drives, and there's another example of it.
And Punto spiked his bat a good 35 feet after he lined out. Lining out into the double play. pretty much do what he wants to so far. A little bit of a rough patch there in the 5th inning, but a line drive double play turned the tide. And the Rangers leading 4-1 as we get to the bottom of the 5th inning. Julio Bourbon will lead it off. And Julio Bourbon has provided some excitement tonight. His first big league home run. Marlon Byrd has hit a pair of home runs tonight. But again, Derek Holland has been one of the fun stories, not just tonight but all year. We're going to talk to Steve Busby about Derek Holland in detail in this inning. Buzz, part of Rangers Live before and after the game. Bourbon down the line quickly, but he is out number 1. So as we welcome Steve Busby, let's talk a little Derek Holland. You got to appreciate 22 years old and dealing the way he's dealing.
You know, watching the change this year, and we've been able to see it firsthand, and I know you guys have seen every game, but you know, just watching this young man mature and calm himself down on the mound to where he's not trying to, you know, look like he's trying to light up the radar again every time he throws a fastball. And really has, I think the light has gone on for him about what it takes for him to get the most out of his ability. And that doesn't mean he's, you know, he's certainly climbed the mountaintop by any means, but you know, I think he understands pitching a lot better, 100% better than he did at the first part of the year.
How much of that is Mike Maddox? How much of that is just being around and kind of getting the hang of it?
Well, an awful lot of it is Mike Maddox. Mike has a very unique style, I think, of being very hands-on with everybody. He's not shy at all about explaining his philosophy about pitching, but he tailors it so that each individual can take something away from the same conversation that's unique to them. And I think that's a great skill that every good teacher has.
You can't teach everybody exactly the same way, right? I mean, everybody's brain works a little different.
I think so, Josh. You know, some guys learn by watching tape. Some guys learn by listening to other people. Some guys just learn by a feel, trying to get a feel for picking up a ball and doing a certain thing with it. So, yeah, I think we're all different in that respect.
Hamilton a wave and a miss.
But I think Mike Maddox will be the first one to tell you that, you know, what he has been teaching is nothing new. He's not trying to reinvent the wheel, but his personality and his approach has certainly done wonders with his pitching staff, particularly the young players.
Hamilton curls one into center field, making him 17 for his last 38. So that's another gratifying thing to talk about. Hambone coming on. We've asked you this before, Buzz, but just for the fans that haven't heard it, the pitching coaches that you connected with the best.
You know, I only had a couple, really. My career wasn't long enough to have many more than that. But Galen Cisco was the pitching coach in Kansas City. And I think the guy I got probably the most out of, as far as learning things, was Billy Connors. And Billy was a pitching coach for a long time with the Yankees and several other teams. And Billy had a unique style of coaching, I think, that I appreciated and I took to. And that was after I got hurt, so I was really probably more attuned to being taught at that particular point than I was when I was healthy and I didn't have to think about it too much.
How about when you were a little boy? Were you a pitcher when you were little? Did you have someone teach you mechanics when you were little? Or?
Yeah, my brother's 10 years older than I am, and we were a big athletic family, playing everything, and my brother was a pretty good pitcher. So he kind of, good and bad, taught me the mechanics. Right. But I was fortunate. I got into high school and had a great high school coach, fundamentally very, very sound, and really preached fundamentals, mechanics, and the fundamentals of thinking about the game of baseball.
You do a lot of teaching now to young kids. What's the main message you try to get across to young pitchers?
Keep it simple. Keep it as simple as you possibly can, and you know, learn how to use the ability that the good Lord gave you to its best. And there again, we're all different. There are maybe a couple of things mechanically that everybody that throws the ball well does alike. But other than that, and most of them have to do with balance and extension. But other than that, we're all individuals, and you know, I think you have to learn for yourself what gives you the ability to get the most out of what you've got, and especially on any given day.
What about the age-old question for young kids? Should they throw a curveball?
You know, Tom, my stock answer, and I've come to believe in this pretty fully, is that throwing, you can teach anybody to throw a curveball so you reduce the risk of getting hurt. But you've only got one chance to develop the best fastball that you're ever going to have, and that's from the time you're 12 to you're about 16 or 17. And it's only human nature that if you throw a pitch at 12 or 11 that other kids can't hit, you're going to throw it and throw it and throw it. I would. And when you do that, you delay or retard your development, your physical development, on the ability to throw your best fastball. Now, I ask kids, I say, you know, how hard are you going to be able to throw 6 years from now? So I don't know. Well, I don't know either, but I want you to find out. You know, I want you to find out what your best fastball is, because that's something, when the time passes to develop that, it's not going to come around again.
Right.
Marlon Byrd now, in addition to a couple of home runs and a diving catch, with a walk to bring up Ian Kinsler. How about the night Marlon Byrd has had?
Wow. Is he hot? It's fun to watch Marlon play on a daily basis, but when he has a night like this, I think everybody smiles a little bigger for Marlon. And it's fun to watch a guy that really busts his tail every single day, no matter if he's 0 for 4 or 4 for 4, have a good night like this.
No, and never complains. You know, I mean, the injuries, everybody's got something going on at this time of year. Game number 120, but Marlon just quietly puts the ice packs on and goes and gets them the next day.
Well, you know, Josh, the question that's been going on around here for the last couple of days especially is, well, is the heat wearing you down? Are you tired? Look at Marlon Byrd and ask me, or ask him if he's tired. I don't think so.
No, in fact, he seems to feed off of it.
Yeah.
Tom, I know you were talking to him by the batting cage the other day.
Exactly. I asked him the same question. He said, heck no, this is our advantage. This is our park, our weather.
Yep.
The hotter it is, the better.
This is our time. That's the hope. Kinsler fouls out. Buzz, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
See you on Rangers Live after the game.
Look forward to it.
Appreciate it again. Rangers 4, Minnesota 1. Derek Holland so far in command. Performance of the night. A lot of people know that number, 100.9. Everybody oohed and awed. It was on this date in 1974 that Nolan Ryan was clocked throwing the ball at 100.9 in a major league game for the Angels. Radar guns have certainly arrived and not gone away over the last 15 or 20 years, and now we can look around and see a guy like Neftali Police occasionally hit 101. DENARD Span rams one into right field. Boy, he has just been such a tough out. Looks like the Rangers will proceed somewhat cautiously with Police. You certainly don't want to blow that unbelievable arm out. You want to use it, but you want to use it judiciously.
Yeah, and he's pitched quite a bit. He was pitching every other day there, and a couple of times he pitched 2 innings, which is why he didn't pitch in last night's game. Needed a couple of days off. And that's not that's certainly not a shock for a young kid who's only 21 years old to come up to the big leagues in a role that he's really not accustomed to. And because he's so good and has been so effective for the Rangers, I think the risk is that you use him a little bit too often. And I think Ron had to take a step back, give him that extra day off yesterday. Should be fine for today. But you got a guy throwing strikes at 100 miles an hour with a couple of good off-speed pitches to go along with it. You can find a spot for him every night.
Cabrera robbed in the third inning by a diving Marlon Byrd. We'll send this one up and over short. And it's 2 on and nobody out. And with Joe Mauer coming up, we go to Emily Jones.
Well, guys, a quick report here in the top of the 6th inning. Not only do we want to remind you to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/Fox Sports Southwest and twitter.com/FS Southwest. We also want to remind you can get the latest Rangers news there. We've got an update from Frisco tonight. Jason Grilli started the game through 1 inning, one hit, one strikeout, no runs allowed, and no hits. He hopefully will hop on the plane, head with you guys on the road trip, and be activated very soon off the disabled list. Gentlemen.
Cool. Thank you, Em. Appreciate it. But now is Mauer in his .380 batting average, getting ready to come up there to the plate. Mike Maddox to the mound. And I'm sure Ranger fans everywhere are fully cognizant of what inning it is and how that inning has gone the last couple days with Minnesota in town. The Rangers just can't let that happen again. And Holland at 76 pitches, that's not a lot. We'll see if he can fight his way through it, but there is Feliz getting up in the bullpen to provide some support if necessary.
Well, unless the pitcher pitches probably 7 innings, almost on any day that Feliz is available, he's going to be in the ball game. If you can get through the 7th, then you've got CJ and Frankie. But before then, the way Neftali has been throwing, I think Ron's going to give him an opportunity to go out there again.
Mauer 1 for 2 will take, and he's behind the 2 strikes. And the 1 out for Mauer tonight. He lined to center. Josh Hamilton a diving catch. Even without Morneau, even without Kubel, these Minnesota Twins have been hitting the ball so well in this series. And again, that same template seems to be in play. Kind of shut down for the first 3 or 4 innings, and then a lot of line drives starting in the 5th. Here we are in the 6th, which has been the danger inning for the Rangers in this homestand. Kinsler couldn't get back to second in time to double off the runner there.
Now, unless you can transport yourself through time, you can't go 30 feet in a second. Pretty good base running by Span, who slammed on the brakes to get back. And another fortunately placed line drive. One was hit right at Hank to end the 5th inning. Caught it, stepped on first. Michael caught this line drive, but also didn't have a very good angle. Span was right in the way of Ian. Otherwise, he probably would have thrown it to Ian quickly and see if Ian could have beaten him back to the bag, but not with Span right in the throwing line.
Now Kadire, the tying man, and he fouls it. Haven't been a lot of ground ball outs induced by Derek Holland, but boy, to get a ground ball right here would be outstanding. Kadire has grounded in to 17 double plays. That's the most of any Minnesota Twin. Lined in a left field base hit. Marlon Byrd will charge it. And they've got to hold the runner at third. Byrd stands and delivers. Well, again, it's the 6th inning and the Twins are hitting ropes. What do you do? Joe Creedy's coming up. Neftali Feliz is ready in the bullpen.
Well, the Twins have hit the ball hard this inning. They hit the ball hard last inning. They had a home run, a line shot to center field single, and then Punto hit a line shot to first that turned into a double play. This inning, they've got 3 hard hit singles and a line shot to third. So about 6 or 7 of the last 8 hitters have hit the ball very hard. And Ryan's going to make a pitching change. He's going to go to Neftali.
Well, the 2 young guns, one going out, one coming in. Holland to the dugout and Feliz on the mound with the bases loaded when we come back. Rally and Bike Show at Rangers Youth Ballpark Sunday, 11 a.m. to 2. For more information, go to TexasRangers.com or call 817-273-5297. Well, a 4-1 game, and Neftali Feliz is summoned to try to keep it a 4-1 game. Derek Holland could not get out of the 6th inning. No Ranger pitcher has been able to get out of the 6th inning without some damage done against the Twins. Here's the Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. And Feliz, who has faced 34 big league hitters and only 3 have reached base. Derek Holland got used to coming in this exact situation when he was first coming on the scene. He faced a third baseman of some renown in his big league debut in this exact situation. It was Scott Rowland batting, bases loaded. Busted bat, roller, third base. There's one out there. Throw across. Double play! Oh, the kids are all right. Neftali Feliz helping out Derek Holland, and it does stay 4-1 Texas. Sonic. Jackpot worth $400 plus tickets to a Ranger game and dinner for two at Sonic. Good luck to Martin Medina of Capel. And if a Ranger hits the Grand Slam this inning, we're giving away $25,000. You can register at any North Texas Sonic restaurant. He was looking for a Michael Young home run, but pretty much any home run I'm sure would do. Rangers have hit 3 of them tonight, 2 off the bat of Marlon Byrd. The other one, the first ever big league home run from Julio Bourbon. Well, Tom, I guess we got to go back to the top of the inning. And there were definitely some nervous fans here. With the 6th inning looking like it could have been problematic again, but Derek Holland and Neftali Feliz got it done. Nelly Cruz getting it done. Driving it. Out. Home run.
That's one thing the Rangers didn't do last night or the night before, is score after taking the lead. And so that add-on run is nice to have. 4-1 turns into 5-1, and welcome back, Nelly.
Now tied with Ian Kinsler for the team lead in home runs with 26. Boy, and what a 2.5 minutes. Feliz gets a double play off the bat of Creedy. Nelly Cruz homers up on Green Hill. And the Rangers lead 5-1.
Four home runs for the Rangers tonight. Bourbon, Cruz, and 2 for Marlon Byrd.
Well, Kinsler came off the DL after a 2-game rehab assignment and started swatting home runs. See if Nelly can do the same thing.
You know, in the second game of the series, the night the wind really kicked up, the Rangers hit 2 balls just like that. Michael Young hit 1, Marlon Byrd hit 1, and they both died about 10 feet in front of the warning track. Otherwise, they might have had a couple of add-on runs in that game.
Bobby Keppel getting ready in the Minnesota bullpen. Well, BLALOCK is going to quibble a bit here with that call from Jerry Meals. That is the first out of the inning. Ron Washington not happy with that call. That's why Ron is not happy with that call.
Well, blame him. Bauer was pretty much calling for a waist pitch right there. You can see him wave his glove up high. According to our tracker anyway, the ball was a little bit outside and a little bit high. That's why Hank didn't like it.
Well, the teams that the Rangers are chasing for the West and for the wild card, both involved in 8-1 games right now. Boston leading its game. The Angels trailing theirs. Rangers doing what they can do here. They're up 5-1. Fouled away by Taylor Teagarden. Again, going back to the top of the inning, the Rangers summon Neftali Feliz. And his second pitch to Joe Creedy. He gets that double play on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Ran it right in on his fist, too. Jam shot right to third base. Michael just stepped on the bag and threw it across for an easy double play.
Pitching, defense, and power all showing up tonight. Got to take at least 2 of those 3 with you in your suitcase on the road trip. Rangers with a 3-city trip coming up. First stop is St. Petersburg, Pennsylvania. St. Petersburg, Florida. You want to go to St. Petersburg, Pennsylvania, Tag?
No, I don't want to go to St. Petersburg in Russia either.
Then New York, which I believe is in New York. And then Minneapolis.
That dad just caught a foul ball, gave it to his little boy. His little boy's been hugging him ever since. He's so happy.
Best dad ever.
He is.
Teagarden in a 3 for 24 right now, batting average down to 191. But he works a walk with one out here in the 6th. And that's going to do it would appear, for Swarzak. The guy with a good sinker, Bobby Keppel, is good to go. The Rangers homered 4 times off Swarzak. Elvis Andrus will be at the plate when we come back. But when we come back, a new pitcher on the mound for the Twins. A little blast off tonight. Marlon Byrd hit number 13. Julio Borbon's first ever. And Byrd with another. And Nelly Cruz with number 26. And the Rangers lead 5-1 over Minnesota tonight. It's been the Holland and Feliz show on the mound. And if you're a fan of the Ranger youth movement, I guess that's a pretty complete night right there to see both those guys on the mound.
Yep, very nice. Get a good glimpse of the future when you see those kids out there. Bobby Keppel's been throwing the ball well against the Rangers this year. He had a pretty good outing against them the first night here. He's had a couple of days off and back at him.
One on, one out. And Elvis Andrus the batter.
Must have smelled the hit and run right there. It's not going to be Taylor's not going to try to steal second, but they might try a hit and run. Kind of an unusual pitch out right there.
Andrus smokes it to left field. Short of hopping the wall, Delmon Young will play it in. Taylor Teagarden coming around. Relay throw is to left. Andrus to third.
There's another add-on run. That's a run. Taylor walked and Elvis just jumped on the first good one he saw. He threw ball one, was a pitch out. Came back to try to throw a strike, and this is what happened to it. High fastball just ripped down the left field line.
And then as the ball came in with Taylor Teagarden running, Elvis taking third. And that enables Julio Borbon to work some magic now. The infield in for Minnesota, 6-1 Rangers. And Bourbon spins it. Whoa, it's rolling. It's about to come back, but wasn't going to come back all the way. It's simply foul.
Last night, again, there was a couple of opportunities like this. Less than 2 outs, men in scoring position, twice on third base, and the Rangers couldn't capitalize. So even though they got a 6-1 lead, the way the Twins have hit in this series, you'd love to get another one just to feel a little bit more comfortable.
Bourbon tags it! Into the corner it goes! He's already got a home run, now he's got a double. It is 7-1.
Well, he smoked that ball. Bobby Keppel's been pitching well against the Rangers, but he hasn't fared well tonight. The 2 kids, ANDRUS, a double down the left field line, and Bourbon, a double down the right field line. You know, Josh, you were talking about the 2 young pitchers, Holland and Felice, and what the future bodes with those kids in the rotation. What about these 2 kids, ANDRUS and Bourbon? A young outfielder, a young shortstop, both of them having big nights and big series for both of them too.
It continues to appear that the future has arrived. Felice and Holland on the mound. Those are the sparkling jewels in the Rangers system when it comes to pitching. Now guys like Bourbon and ANDRUS, 2 of the younger players that the Rangers are running out there at the plate. All 4 guys that we just mentioned have contributed tonight. And your steady veterans like Michael Young and Marlon Byrd tonight have certainly contributed. I would say most years, if the announcers in August are talking about 21 and 22-year-old kids on the mound, and a 20-year-old and a 23-year-old doing all the fun stuff offensively, usually that would mean that, you know, there's like a rebuilding thing going on.
Yeah, you're getting a look at next season a little bit earlier than you normally would because the team's out of it.
You would assume the team would be 52 and 67, not 67 and 52.
Probably. Instead, you're getting a look at the future, and the present has them battling for a playoff spot. Perfect storm.
Speaking of storms, happy to report that a hurricane is going to swerve away from Tampa Bay. The Rangers are heading to Tampa Bay to play 3.
How about the East Coast? Is it going to swerve away altogether?
That's what the meteorologists are saying.
Good.
It's not like we were rooting for it just to clobber Savannah, Georgia or something. Just,
no,
you know, so
I don't want it to hit anywhere.
Right. Michael Young tattoos one left field off the very top of the wall.
Well, that looked like it was a home run.
Sure did. Missed by 1.5 inches.
I think that was a home run. I don't think that hit the top of the wall. I think it hit something over the wall and came back.
Ron Washington's going to come out and ask if there can be a conversation about this. Ron Gardenhire, meantime, is coming out himself. He wants to make a move.
Keppel's faced 3 hitters, and it has not gone well. 3 rockets, 2 doubles, and whatever this is. This is at least a double. And let's see if it does hit the top of the wall.
I think it hit the top, but then did it hit anything else?
Couldn't tell that time.
No.
Maybe we get another look at it.
Bobby Keppel is out. Jeff Manship is coming on. Here's the ball that Michael Young hit.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say whether it came straight back or hit something off the back wall. I couldn't tell.
For now, it's a double, and we'll take it a break thinking that it's 8-1. And we'll see if it stays that way or not in just a moment. for the Rangers tonight, not for the Minnesota Twins. That's a nice turn of events. Now the umpires went and looked at the replay. Ron Washington asked that they do so. Dale Scott, the crew chief, is going to articulate that, yeah, this is a double off the tippy top of the wall and not a two-run home run.
Well, after watching it a few times, that's the way we saw it too. Couldn't tell the first time, but if this ball goes 1 inch farther, it skims off the top of the wall. It literally hit, there's a great shot of it, right on the edge of the top of the wall and came back. I don't think you can come any closer to hitting a home run without actually hitting it.
So it's a double for Michael Young. 3 straight doubles for the Rangers off Bobby Keppel. And now the San Antonio native, Jeff Manship, out of Ronald Reagan High in San Antonio, will come on to pitch.
Yep, that's a good call. The umpires got it right.
So it is Manship now on the mound. He will face Josh Hamilton. Just promoted from Rochester. Played his college ball at Notre Dame, did Manship. Still only 1 out in the inning. It's been Swarzak and Keppel and now Manship. Boy, and again, to think about the nervous stomachs in the top of this inning. Minnesota had the bases loaded, 1 out. Joe Creedy coming up in what was a 4-1 game. Felice gets a double play ball. And the Rangers come right out, get a home run from Nelly Cruz, and then add on from there so Derek Holland can relax. Manship, a 14th round pick just 3 summers ago out of Notre Dame. First time we have seen him. He's only been up for about, well, not even a week. Rangers gunning for a winning homestand. They'd be 4-3 with a win tonight. They let leads of 3 runs, 4 runs, and 5 runs get away in the 3 losses. It's a 7-run lead tonight. Let's see, Bourbone's got a double and a home run tonight. Young a single and a double. Bird a pair of home runs. Nelly Cruz with a home run, 2 hits for BLALOCK tonight. Everybody has contributed. A tapper, Michael Young takes off for third. Cabrera, a leap and a throw. Safe! Two hits for Hamilton tonight.
A good chance for Marlin to add to his totals. He's already knocked in 3 runs. Now he's got a first and third and 1 out. Junior Reed's going to come out and check with Josh.
Josh convinces everybody that he can stay in the game. Marlon Byrd with a 2-home-run ball game. He's never had a 3-home-run ball game. Marlins already got a career best in doubles. And the home runs are starting to sail away for him now, too. Check your forward leaderboard. The Rangers have 54 extra base hits from Marlon Byrd. Michael Young just a shade ahead. Redmond and Manship can't get together here. Been a very long 6th inning. By the way, Boston did beat Toronto. That's gone final. It is 8-1. John Lester with the win. The Rangers simply trying to keep pace. They got the same lead that Boston had, 8-1. Indians leading the Angels 9-3 in the 8th. Kendry Morales, home run number 27 for the Halos. Marlin trying out right field this time. Didn't quite get it, but it is a sac fly. Big night for Marlon Byrd, 9-1. 4 RBI and a diving catch. That run against the ledger of Keppel. You get the sense that Pudge Rodriguez is pretty excited to be part of a winning team again.
I think he likes the team, and I think he loves being back in Texas. He's never made any bones about it. This is his home. This is where he started, and this is where he wants to finish. And I think just being back here and being around the guys, I think in just a short period of time, he's seen what a good group of guys, what nice camaraderie they've got. He's got to have a lot in common with Omar Vizquel, Andrew Jones, guys, veteran guys, as you mentioned last night, Josh, guys that aren't playing every day but accept their roles and are big parts of the team, and pretty sure he wants to do the same thing.
Kinsler yanks it right into that Minnesota dugout. And Ron Gardenhire has a sense of humor about it, I guess.
He's thinking, how can you pull a ball that far foul?
Kinsler to right to close out a big 5-run 6th inning. So tonight it's the Rangers with a huge 6th and a very comfortable lead of 9-1.
Ranger fans, the Bott family from Colleyville. And Jill, we have a success story for this year, right?
We do. Brooke was diagnosed with leukemia in January, and she is in remission and doing well. So we are really excited and really glad that the Rangers are doing well tonight.
There we go. And Brooke, do you have anything to say?
Go Rangers!
There we go. Way to go, Brooke. Thank you very much. Good to see you guys out here, Josh.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. And welcome to the ballpark. Neftali Feliz stays in the game and immediately gets DELMON Young to ground out. A 9-1 Ranger lead, and Feliz has thrown only 3 pitches, and he's gotten 3 outs. That is economical. And of course, Derek Holland got the start tonight, so the 2 young studs, Holland and Feliz, both able to show off a little bit tonight.
Now, hopefully the Rangers will maintain a nice lead, and Ron will be able to sit O'Day, Francisco, and CJ tonight. And then you've got Air, Jennings, Mathis. But you want to leave probably Mathis for a long man for tomorrow's game, which, looking ahead after the 7th inning, maybe it'll be Jennings for an inning, maybe Willie Air for an inning. We'll see.
Three batters have reached against Neftali Feliz. He has faced 36, now 37 batters. So that'd be pretty good.
Sure looks nervous out there, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, and again, the thing we marvel about is just how effortless the whole thing is. Licking his lips, twist and throw, and it's in there at 94, and I mean that's 7 miles an hour less than what we've seen. Neftali has averaged 14.5 strikeouts per 9 innings as a major leaguer so far. That ball sails out of play. He had struck out 16 of his first 31 batters in the big leagues. 7 in a row at one point. Little bloop. Kinsler chasing. Can't get it. Redmond finds a way to just kind of drop it on in. And Carlos Gomez comes up next. Remember, Feliz had the 4 straight strikeouts in his major league debut. Only man to do that since 1962 in the big leagues. Strike out the first 4 that you face. Inside to Gomez. Remember, he got a couple of close calls in that Scott Feldman game the other night. That's up 3-0. From Azua, Dominican Republic. And of course, part of that big trade with the Braves, the Mark Teixeira deal. Feliz will deal. And at 95, fires it behind to swinging Gomez. So while we haven't seen the triple-digit fastball, sure looks like 95 has a lot of life to it right now. Blew him away at 97. Came back from a 3-0 count.
And he's got a little more in the tank when he wants it. He reached back to get Gomez.
So now for Feliz at the big league level, it is no walks and 17 strikeouts.
That's pretty remarkable. I think it's unbelievable that he hasn't walked a batter yet. As young as he is, pitching in relief basically for the first time.
I think that's the thing that Ron Washington has been most impressed with as well, the command. I mean, everybody knew he had the great fastball.
Working on 12 innings now, 11 plus innings without a walk.
There's 98 from Neftali. Between sips of iced tea, Nolan Ryan, you know, was impressed. Took something off and he got Punto to pop it up.
So he gets through an inning and 2/3 and only 18 pitches. That's good work.
And that is the 7th inning stretch with the Rangers on top of Minnesota 9-1. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T is your world delivered. Rangers venting some frustration tonight. Nelly Cruz will power one back in the crowd of about 22,000. Rangers 9 runs on 12 hits tonight. Minnesota 1 run on 8. A little home run derby tonight for a guy who was in the home run derby in St. Louis. Cruz among the home run hitters tonight. Borbone has hit his first as a big leaguer. And Marlon Byrd has hit a pair tonight. Nelly had gone 0 for 2 in his return, but didn't leave a lot of doubt right there in at bat number 3. Went too far. Manship strikes him out. Rangers batted around last inning, scoring 5 times.
First baseman, BLALOCK.
BLALOCK takes the strike. Well, it looks like Neftali Feliz is done for the night. They've got Willie Ayer getting ready in the bullpen now.
Well, he certainly did his job. Came in with the bases loaded, got the double play ball, and had a nice quick 7th inning, gave up the single little blooper to Redmond, but only threw 18 or 19 pitches to get through an inning and 2/3.
And let the record show when it was 4-1, and there were some nervous moments. Bases loaded, 1 out. There was Neftali Feliz on the mound getting that big double play.
He made a good pitch to get it too. He ran the fastball in on the fists, got the little ground ball to third.
That ball banged into the crowd from BLALOCK. Now the Orioles now leading Tampa Bay 8-7 in the 9th inning. The Rangers heading to Tampa Bay when this game is done. The Rays trying to hang in there in the wild card race. High fly ball from BLALOCK is going to get back in the crowd. Boston will keep the lead in the wild card. They beat the Blue Jays 8-1 behind John Lester. 3-hitter for John Lester. Indians leading the Angels tonight. That's good news. 11-3 in the 9th inning. Cleveland's got 16 hits tonight. Down the left field line in the crowd. One guy in a gray shirt took it away from another guy in a gray shirt.
High fives all the way around, though. A lot of happy people out there. They're happy for a souvenir.
Yeah, we're all in this together, right? Enough foul balls to go around.
For team sport.
You'll be happy for your neighbor.
No I in team.
No. No I in foul ball either.
Nope.
No I in nope. We could go on and on. 10th pitch of the at-bat. Sizzled in right field. Great at-bat for Hank BLALOCK.
Well, at the beginning of the game, you'd said you'd like to see Hank get hot for the last 6 weeks. And maybe he heard you. He's got 3 hits tonight.
Had been 3 for 27. Tonight he is 3 for 4.
Now that's one of those at-bats where you foul off 3 or 4 tough pitches. Not much you can do with them, but they're borderline pitches. You don't want to take them. And you're waiting, trying to get a good pitch to hit. And then when he did finally get a good pitch to hit, he ripped it into right field for his 3rd hit. A good game for Hank.
Now the Rangers with 13 hits tonight. And this makes 9 straight games. They've had at least 9. It's the first time in 3 years. And kind of what we were talking about with BLALOCK, just in a macro sense, this is a great time to get hot. You're about to go out on the road, take on Tampa Bay against Scott Kazmir and Matt Garza and David Price. Then you got to go play the Yankees. Doesn't look like Boston's in the mood to slow down very much. Certainly the Angels have established they're not going to slow down. So the Rangers are going to be out on that lonely road for a while. Going to take those bats with them. On the ground near third, diving play by Crady, and has no play on Taylor Teagarden.
Well, he might have saved the run. Definitely saved 2nd and 3rd.
Now Teagarden's been on base twice now, and Elvis Andrus coming up.
Nice play by Crady just to stop this ball. The all-out dive right into the foul line. Didn't want to risk a bad throw. Probably didn't have a very good grip on it either.
As it's been talked about and written about, maybe the most endearing quality of this year's Ranger edition is that every time it looks like that the team might be ready for that dreaded downturn. You have one bad game or two bad games in a row, or two sloppy games in a row, two disappointing games in a row, whatever it may be, they always bounce back. Probably 10 or 11 times this year you probably could have said, well, it was a nice run, but these last two games lead you to believe ... And then the Rangers just say, no, it didn't mean anything. It just means we had two games that didn't go well.
What it should do is lead people not to think that.
Probably, yeah. But I mean, just to kind of, I don't know, a lukewarm defense of some Ranger fans, it's been, the last 10 years have been a beatdown. There have been some disappointing seasons. You wait for the other shoe to drop. It's a pleasant thing to ponder that maybe the other shoe is not going to drop. Just because it's happened before doesn't mean it has to happen again. But for those who have stayed with the program, absolutely, congratulations. Because the players have felt that way all along. 6-4, nicely turned. That's it, though. The fielder's choice not to double play. He got too fast a runner in Andrus.
Ball didn't stay in Punto's glove very long. And he jumps to get out of the way of Teagard, who did his best to break up the double play. That's going to give another chance right here with Julio to knock in another run.
A 2 RBI night. He's got a double and a home run.
He's hit each one of those balls hard. Well, obviously hit the home run hard, but he pulled the double down the right field line. Might hit that just as hard as his home run.
Another hit for Bourbon. And it's double digits for the Rangers tonight.
Oh, he came in hitting 464. Pretty hard to add to your average when you're hitting 464, but he's done it. He also knocked in 3 more runs.
Julio Bourbon starts his big league career 16 for 33. Be pretty nice to look up there on the scoreboard in Tampa Bay when he bats for the first time, and it'll jump out. It'll say 485 next to Bourbon. A bushelful of add-on runs tonight. You needed just 1 or 2 the last couple of nights, and they didn't show up. But boy, they have just been raining down tonight. The run support obviously has been there for Derek Holland. It looks to even his record at 7-7. Dustin Nippert's going to be on the mound tomorrow, and the Rangers face Scott Kazmir. It's been a disappointing season for the Houston native. Got an ERA of 6 1/3. Little flare right field. Base hit number 16 for the Rangers. Another run scores. 11-1. Well, you can pitch him away, sure, go for it, but that's what Michael Young is all about, the base hit to right field. 3 hits for Young, 3 hits for Bourbon.
3 hits for BLALOCK. Hamilton's got a shot at 3 hits right here. He's had hits as singles his last 2 times up. Well, Felice got through his inning in 2/3 in less than 20 pitches. Hasn't been quite the same for Manship. He's up somewhere in the mid-40s, close to 50 pitches. Rangers are definitely serious about the add-on runs. That's 7 of them after they took a 4-run lead.
It's fun when it all comes together. Every element has been on display tonight. Just want to bottle some of this up and take it with. That dome down in Tampa St. Pete, not an easy place to play. It's the Rangers' only trip there this year. It's a 2-dome trip. Get the one in Tampa St. Pete, get the one in Minneapolis, and the Yankee Stadium in between. Hamilton reaching out for one. Gomez in center will make the catch. Well, the Rangers have 7 runs over their last 6 outs, and they're leading 11-1.
Arlington, Texas on top of Minnesota by a score of 11-1 as we head to the 8th inning. Stick around for Rangers Live immediately following the game. Steve Busby and I will break this one down. Hopefully the Rangers can hang on, close out this homestand on a positive note. We will also talk about the possibility of Andrew Jones playing first base as early as tomorrow. And also we'll take a look around the American League and see if quite possibly Boston, LA, and Tampa Bay could all lose in the same night. Is it possible, guys?
We will find out, Em. Don't fudge with Pudge. Did you see the sign?
No, I wasn't looking.
Yeah. Good thing they acquired Pudge and not the catcher from Kansas City they were talking about. 11-1 Texas as we go to the 8th. And Derek Holland, on his dad's birthday, no less. A very happy birthday to Mr. Holland. He's turning 50-something. They are watching and listening back in Newark, Ohio. We can be awfully proud of what Derek Holland has done, not just tonight, but obviously ever since he has arrived as a Ranger. Willie Air takes over for Neftali Felice. It was fun to watch Felice tonight, too. That's a nice birthday present for Dad, huh? Give him a win.
Doesn't get much better than that. Watch your son go out and pitch in a big league game, have a shot at another win. That would even Derek's record at an even 7-7 and make his last 5 games look pretty special. Remember, he came into the game in his last 4 starts with a terrific ERA and an opponent's batting average of about 160. And some good defense behind him tonight, though. That helped him out a lot. Line drive, double play, a couple diving plays in the outfield. And nice help from Neftali to come in and get that double play with the bases loaded.
Again, Boston has one. Boy, DENARD spanned another base hit. He had 3 hits yesterday. He's got 3 hits tonight. Cabrera's coming up next. And as for the defense you were just talking about, he was at the plate, Tag, when Marlon Byrd did that, our Coors Light freeze can.
That's about as pretty as it gets. He came from a long way, kind of circled around the ball, came in, dove, and caught it right in the tip of his glove.
Casillas going to pinch hit for Cabrera. Joe Mauer waits on deck, and Mauer, true to form, has hit the ball hard 3 times tonight. It has only 1 hit to show for it. Casillas spooning one into the alley. Marlon Byrd runs it down. Well, last chance to see Joe Mauer here in this ballpark this year, it would appear. And the batting average is dipped under 380 now. Oh no, 379. Looks like he will lead the league in hitting for a 3rd time in the last 4 years. And considering no American League catcher had ever won a batting title before, to do it 3 times in 4 years is stunning.
Ichiro might have something to say about that. He's been known to get extremely hot as well.
This is true.
What's the lead on Ichiro right now? 20 points?
No, you know what? Ichiro's close it to 13
points now.
We're going to see the guy who is 3rd in the league in hitting in Tampa Bay. That is Jason Bartlett, the former Oklahoma Sooner. So what's your strategy for the plane here tonight, Tag? I'm curious. You know, the team's going to probably get in around 3:30 in the morning in Tampa Bay. Is there going to be a meal consumed on the flight?
No meal.
No meal.
No meal. I might.
Well, there's Mauer, another line shot, but it curls to Marlon Byrd.
I'll say this for the Twins. They haven't scored many runs, but they've hit the ball pretty hard. There have been a lot of line drives caught. That's the 2nd one that Mauer's hit that's been caught. He also hit that line drive to 3rd, and he smoked that ball right on the line, but right straight to Marlon. No, I might get a little bite as we get on the plane, a little fruit or something, but my other strategy is to put on a headset, flip on the noise control, and try to sleep. That will be a distinct challenge, though, with the card game right behind us. If you can sleep through that, you can really sleep.
Yeah, this is true. So I'm just trying to make sure I understand this. You don't want me tapping you on the shoulder every 5 minutes asking you questions then?
No. Unfortunately, you don't do that. We respect that.
I try to.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Kadire?
Unless you want me to make sure you stay awake.
No, I'm good. And I respect your sensible eating plan, too. Willie Air pitches through the 8th. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's 11-1. Thursday Ranger games compliments of Southwest Airlines. This wonderful offer available, for example, for the doubleheader against the Blue Jays September 1st. Purchased by entering DINGER as the coupon code at TexasRangers.com. Some changes out there in the field for the Minnesota Twins as we get to the bottom of the 8th. The Rangers stomping on the Twins tonight, 11-1. Alexei Casilla stays in the game. He'll play short. Brendan Harris is in the game playing third. And there's a new pitcher as well. The former Rice Owl, Philip Humber, will take on Marlon Byrd. And Marlon's got a couple of home runs, a walk, and a sac fly tonight. Humber, a highly thought of prospect, was the big part of the Johan Santana deal with the Mets. It has not gone well at the big league level for him. Not this year, not yet. Marlon Byrd, a little squibber. Well, he was hauling it down the line as always, but he's out. So now Kinsler will come up in a game that is all over but the shouting. Running through some National League scores while we have the opportunity. The Rockies win again. They won in Washington 4-1. Houston Street, 32 saves now for Colorado. Good for him.
Good for him is right. Great kid. Great competitor.
The Phillies blasted Arizona 12-3. Ryan Howard hit number 32. Jason Worth hit number 28. A big year for Jason Worth. Braves over the Mets 3-2. Brian McCann had a home run in that one. The Braves aren't going anywhere. He kind of nuzzled into things in the wild card picture. 6 back in the NL East as Kinsler fouls one. Astros beat the Marlins tonight behind Wandy Rodriguez. Josh Johnson outdueled in that one, falls to 12-3. Hunter Pence a home run. Carlos Lee a home run. Off speed, missing in to Kinsler. On the ground up near third, Brendan Harris with a bobble, and he can't get Kinsler. The base hit.
Yep, once he tried to barehand it, it's a base hit. Looked like he might have been able to make that play without barehanding it, but that's a decision the infielder has to make. He felt his best chance was to barehand it, but the ball was still rolling a little bit. In fact, rolling pretty hard, and took a little hop on him and couldn't quite get it in the palm of his hand to throw it. First hit for Ian. Now every Ranger has a hit. At least one hit.
Outside to Nelson Cruz. Well, the Giants lost a tough one. Cincinnati got a walk-off from Drew Stubbs, making a winner of Coco Cordero in Cincinnati. The Reds beat the Giants 2-1. Matt Cain got a no decision.
Drew Stubbs, former Texas Longhorn and high #1 draft choice. Kid with great tools. He can run, throw, play center field. He's got some power.
Another 3-hit game for Pablo Sandoval of San Francisco.
I know that guy can hit. We saw that firsthand. I love watching him swing.
Kung Fu Panda, they call him.
He doesn't leave anything left in the tank. Boy, he swings with all. He's like Vladimir Guerrero in that regard. He's going to swing as hard as he can at every pitch.
Don't forget Rangers Live after the broadcast tonight. And speaking of the cast of Rangers Live, in silhouette right now, see Busby and Emily Jones. But the great John Radigan going to join us on the road trip. We'll be getting some sound for us. Let's see, trying to think of what he could do on this road trip. For example, you know, last time in Boston, some great stops along the way. Can he go into that cow-nose Ray tank in Tampa Bay? Swim with the Rays? At least wade in there a little bit?
Well, he could go, you know, if he wanted to go to one of the famous eateries like he did in Boston, he could always go to one of the delis right up the street from us. Lunchtime, that'd be pretty interesting.
Or go get some Cuban food at the Colombian.
Yeah.
Let's see, the road trip also includes New York.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
And
the deli.
Oh, they're right.
Stage Deli, the Carnegie Deli, they're all right there.
I was trying to think of the delis in St. Pete. It was kind of coming up empty there.
Yeah, that really wouldn't be a landmark, would it?
No.
There probably is one around there.
I think there's a Schlotsky's maybe. Well, you're talking about the real stuff, like the knishes and the pastrami on rye.
With a real personable waiters and waitresses. What do you want? Eat it and beat it.
Is that the motto?
No. Used to be a hamburger joint in Ann Arbor. Red's Hamburgers. And their motto was eat it and beat it.
That is fine hospitality. 2-1 pitch to BLALOCK.
Speaking of delis, it's Eric Deli's birthday tonight. He's 28 years old.
What a segue by you.
Well, I had a little help from Dave Burchett on that one.
Oh.
Eric is the Ranger Football League champion the last 2 years.
Is his team the Deli Meats?
No.
The Contessans? BLALOCK dribbles one up near first. Gotta hurry. The tag going by, got him.
Yeah, be careful.
Hank BLALOCK almost with his 4th hit of the game. We will go to the 9th. It's the Rangers by 10. Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. And buy the Ford F-150. It's not just a pickup truck, it's a Ford F-150. Crowd of about 22,000 turned out tonight, and though there were a couple of anxious moments in the 5th and the 6th, we look back and just kind of scoff, because now it's 11-1. The Rangers with 17 hits tonight. Tampa Bay has lost, and the Rangers will extend their lead on the Rays as they get set to play the Rays. But the Boston Red Sox were winners tonight, so the Rangers will stay a game behind in the wild card pursuit. Jason Jennings takes over, and Brendan Harris, a former Ray, an ex-Ray, if you will, or even if you won't, is behind 0-1.
The Rangers look like they'll be able to get through this game, and CJ will have a day off. Frankie will have had 3 days off going into the Tampa Bay series. Darren will have a day off, so the end of the bullpen will be in good shape, and Doug Mathis if they need a long or middle reliever. Things starting to get back in order out there in the bullpen.
That's a relaxed looking bullpen tonight. Inside to Harris. Derek Holland will go to 7-7. Obviously no save to give out in this game as it draws to a close, but there's some big time pitching from Neftali Felice when it mattered in the 6th inning. Back when it was 4-1, the bases were loaded, just one out, and the youngster got Joe Creedy to hit into the double play to end the inning. That one hammered foul. Ta-da! Again, Dustin Nippert on the mound tomorrow. A 6:38 first pitch, North Texas time. Ground ball to short. I'd really like to see Tampa Bay be a little bit more approximate with their first pitch times.
Kind of random, aren't they?
Be on the air at 6:38 and 16 seconds tomorrow. Actually, Rangers Live will go first at 6 o'clock, straight up. Delmon Young, the batter. Grounds the first one foul. This will make the Rangers 20-11 in their last 31 ball games. 2 disappointing games, obviously, last night and the night before, but everything clicking tonight.
Little guy waited it out and got the reward. It's a lot of hat he's got on right there.
That ball poked towards center field. Base hit. A 2-hit night for Delmon Young. The rest of the rotation, by the way, for that Tampa Bay series, after Nippert, it's going to be Tommy Hunter. Then Scott Feldman goes on Sunday. And the one-time #1 pick in the country, David Price, matched up against Feldman. Well, the Rangers really clobbered David Price in this ballpark. Sure, you will have some revenge on his mind. Andrew Jones had a 3-run homer against him. Michael Young had a bases-loaded double against him. Rangers won that game 12-4. Rangers will have a day off in New York. Then they will play 2 night games and a day game against the Yankees before taking on these Twins. And finally returning home August 31st. That'll be the shortest homestand of the year, 3 days. And the Rangers go right back on the road. They'll take on Baltimore and Cleveland. There you go. Ground ball, second base. 4-6-3 ball game. The Rangers wipe out Minnesota. Holland and Felice. They were in tandem tonight. Marlon Byrd and a lot of help